Okay, I've got the camp oven. Just give it a quick little coat of oil. It's really just to line it as opposed to cooking with it. And it's a warm oven but not hot. You don't want to cook it as opposed to just kind of set it, if you will. So I'm just going to put some in there and probably use 2/3 of it and save the other bit just for the to crumble over the top. Okay, we'll pack this crumble in, pat it to the sides a little, and then we'll just do a light pre-bake. Okay, and so when I say a pre-bake, I've got the camp oven that started warm, and then the cover that's been sitting on a pretty hot fire, so I'm going to cook it from the top, and that way it won't burn the bottom. And this isn't the same as at home when you have an oven set at a certain temperature. You have to keep an eye on your fire and your camp oven. Just, you start to learn not to get it too hot, but you want it hot to start, and it's a lot of moving around. It's the same when you're making breads or anything that can burn. You just got to be very careful, which brings me to the idea about the rhubarb and apple. You can see that's just beautiful, just stewing nicely. And oh yeah, you could just add that with a bit of yogurt and there's dessert. You don't even need the crumble. So I'm just going to put that right there next to the fire. So it's staying plenty warm. The camp oven stays hot for a while, but you don't want to burn it. And once this gives a little bit of a pre-bake on the crumble, then we'll add the rhubarb apple mixture into the crust, cover it with the extra crust that I've just got in the esky just to keep it cool, and then we'll crumble that over the top, cover it, and let it meld together, and it won't take long. We'll be eating dessert. And I'm going to put a pan right over here so that it gets really hot for one of the dishes that we're going to use the pumpkin for. You see how the pumpkin is going. Now that's getting nice and soft. You can see that. It's still a bit hard in the middle, so really we want it just to be so you can poke your finger in it, really, or a spoon. Nice and easy, but it's a little bit difficult, but it's getting, yeah, it's actually only minutes away, really. Depending what you're using it for. A lot of times I'll take the pumpkin, cut that up, and you can use it for pizzas or casseroles. It's really, really nice. Makes for sweet. The kids don't actually know what's going on, but oh, these veggies are pretty good. It's time to check the crumble again. So you can see it bubbling up a little bit, which means that I reckon the pre-cook is ready, so it doesn't need to be on the stove anymore or on the fire, because again, this is very hot and that's going to cook. In fact, we're ready to put it together. Okay, I've got the cover back on the fire to keep it hot. I like to cook from the top and then keep coals around underneath. And I'll just get the crumble, or I should say the apple rhubarb of the crumble, and pour that. Look at that's nice stewed apples with rhubarb right in. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll just flatten that out into the crust. And then I've got the rest of my crumble that really just needs to be broken up over the top. Okay, set the campfire to 200 and let's bake our crumble. So we'll check the pumpkin. Oh yeah, it's ready. So we will process the pumpkin. Okay, so the pumpkin is ready. You can see it's just easy to put your knife into. And we'll just take off the top. That just pulls right off. And I'm going to cut it in half. Let's see if I can. It's a bit hot. But I'll cut it open. And anything that's mushy or seedy like that, the strings or the seeds, beautiful. We're going to save all of that. That's the next, just pull it all out. It's a bit warm. If you let it cool down, you don't have to do it warm, but otherwise, just do it warm. So we've got the stringy bits pretty much cut out, and the seeds. Even if a bit of the pumpkin gets in, and the skin, that's all the better. We're just going to cut this up, get that out, and then, yeah, a bit of skin is also good. Oh, there's some mushy bits. We'll put that over there. But with the rest of the pumpkin, you can just slice it up. It's easy to slice now instead of being really difficult. So it's really al dente cooked. And then chop it up, and that's ready for when you're making pizza or omelets. Throw it into some pasta, cubed up like that, and it's been pre-cooked, so it still has time to cook some more, but it won't be overdone. Okay, I'll get a pan. And we'll start our leather. It's a longish process. So you put all of your seeds and stem and skin right in. So I'm going to put that in to the pan. Again, I think salt brings out flavor even if you want it to be a sweet thing. But these are great for kind of a sweet, spicy, beer nuts, if you will. Put a few spices in, some nutmeg. I like chili as well, or peri-peri. Spice. Eventually we'll put a bit of sugar and honey in, but it's better to get most of the moisture out. Okay, put this on and just let that slow cook. You just simply keep on flipping this over and then pasting it back out, just as I'm doing, to get it nice and crunchy. Eventually, in a little bit, you will add some honey and sugar, or sugar, either way, whatever you have. You can even use maple syrup. And then spread it back out, and that's all you do. And with the pumpkin leather, here's what you're going to get. It's sticky, chewy, a little bit crunchy. It's a great snack that even the kids will love. I think the crumble must be ready. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's looking just beautiful. So put out a nice portion there, and I think with a little bit of yogurt on it. Oh yes. Now normally it's dessert, but I think because it's hot and ready, this is going to be lunch. That winds up another episode of Campfire Kitchen. Thank you for coming along. We look forward to seeing you again next time.